Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Beneath Oresa, where we are making this regroup action, and like part of me definitely wants to grab the last level of companionship with Doltar here, right? Like, this is a fair amount of bonus health for elite combats. I really wish that these abilities applied to champion combats, but they don't seem to, right? When we fought the boss last time, I don't think healing 30% of our HP. So what's 30% of our HP? Like 48, 50-ish? Increasing companionship by 1 is unlikely to give us that much health in the next elite fight. It would have to be like 5 turns to effectively give that much HP. And of course, we could always take a card upgrade. Card upgrades are really good. I am going to take it, though. It's better the earlier you get it. And now we just have to survive to the next rest point where we can heal. I do not think we should endure, whatever that means in this context. Let's just fight normally. Okay, so we have, of course, our flamboyant fencing. We have cyclical rage at the beginning of the fight. We have our range accumulator, of course. Does it... How... Okay, it's this one, right? This is the one that got the bonus damage. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so these enemies here, they're both going to hit pretty hard. Your shield is up. Bringing one of them down is going to get us some fury. And they're each going to gain a bunch of fury each round. I mean, I think the thing that makes sense is just to, like, focus hard, right? Although there is something to be said for no quarter. Each time you attack a foe for the first time. So does no quarter still fire on an attack that's fully blocked? I actually don't know. Let's take this. A straight shot's pretty solid. Unfortunately, we're not, like, obviously, we're not going to get anywhere near killing this dude. I can, of course, split my damage and try to just, like, whittle down their fury. I'm going to actually... Let's give this guy one of the weakest ones. Okay, we do get the benefit, even if the attack is fully blocked. That's good to know, at least. So, do I want to just straight shot you? I probably want to straight shot you with the smallest one. Well, I don't actually want to play this 14, though. I'm just thinking to strip some fury, right? Give me a little bit more chance to survive, because right now we're taking 25 damage, which is, like, a little too much. Maybe I'm a little too aggressive with removing block. It's just, like, at this point, killing the enemies is broadly the better plan. But at this point, our ability to kill the enemies is getting so outscaled. Alright, we're going to remove 2 fury from you. And then just clock you pretty hard. We'll go back up to 4 shots in the chamber. I don't think it's worth playing the blue spice. We're still taking a lot. Yeah, it's bad news, for sure. There are no longer foes far, so fast draw feels pretty bad. So if we can get 66 damage on this guy, we can play our final word effectively for free. Unfortunately, we're a little short on damage here. I might have to ammo trick. And then, yeah, I need attacks for sure. Precog 3, then draw a card. If it's an attack, it's fucking fantastic. Alright, so we'll throw that into the discard pile. We did not draw... Damn it. Okay, so we got 32 incoming, and... Yeah, I'm in, like, a lot of trouble. I really needed that to be an attack At this point, with only 2 ammo left, I'm not sure that I could draw lethal. If you have exactly 3 bullets before the shot, gain 1. Okay, so we can make that happen. If I final word him and then I try focus mark, that's 40 damage and I get a pulse back. But we have to spice here. I'm gonna die if we don't spice here. And it's still like blocking feels better when there's only 1 enemy, that's for sure. I guess erase this other straight shot, like. So we drew the take cover. 32 health. Yeah, this is pretty bad. We don't have the ability to get further away. I can prepare war and put something damaging in my hand, but we don't have the pulse necessary to make that work, really. This is grim. Oh, those are both limited cards anyway. Yeah, never mind. We're just dead. Nothing in here is free, so it doesn't really help to draw anything. Put this back into this draw pile. Why not? And then I die. Yeah. So I'm definitely like... The thing is, if we were playing cards to shield up there, you could spend your whole turn shielding and still not cover the amount of incoming damage, right? A full turn worth of shields is only 21 points of shields, and we're taking like 30 from 2 enemies. The shielding only becomes viable once you're down to like 1 enemy, and even then only maybe. So I'm not convinced that it's wrong. I don't know. New technique, Deceiving Shadow. If target is near, discard a random virus from the draw pile. Okay. We opened up a new hero. We opened up a new technique here. After you play another attack, if this is in your discard pile, return it. It gains 10 damage and fleeting. I mean, that's pretty good. On this run, we made it like a little bit less far than the one we did last time. We saw some cool stuff, though. We saw some cool new things, and I'm totally into just continuing to see new characters. We have 1 random non-hero card from the base deck, so yeah, it just pulls. I mean, this is a long-lasting effect. This is effectively healing you for 5 each champion combat. That's not nothing. Let's do this. Let's start with a slightly juiced up deck. What's up with you? You are also a tainted one. Okay, so you also have the virus mechanic, but you don't have onslaught. Each time you play an attack, gain a fury and add 1 virus to either the discard or draw pile. Each time you remove a virus from the deck, lose 1 fury. Okay, so you're just building up raw damage as you add virus. And you're still getting... I wonder if the cards you get are the same at the different thresholds. So I wonder if everybody in the Guild of the Ruined Farers will be an ammo character. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and try out our new friend here, Jokan. So wait. She can take the medical bot. Nobody else seems to be able to? That's really interesting. You know, that being the case, I know his mechanics are a little bit different and they're probably fun and worth exploring. But actually, I'd like to play Sora again because I'd like to engage with the combat bot a little bit more. Okay, basic Savage Strike came out of the deck. I think that's fine. It's not as good as a block coming out, but we just have to develop a little bit more defensive utility. At this point, I think we can absolutely take an Endure. Okay. Each time you attack this foe, they gain Fury. Yep, this is a familiar setup. So... Add a virus, gain an onslaught. Doesn't hurt to onslaught you because you aren't attacking us this turn anyway. And then, like, do I want to just burn the virus? It doesn't really help us to burn the virus. It doesn't help us to play this block either, since this enemy's not attacking at first anyway. Hey, cool. A bleed. If this card is discarded at the end of the turn, take 4 non-lethal damage. Okay. Well, guess what? So peculiar rarity and exceptional rarity. The number of circles is like how rare the card is. More circles is more rare, I guess. Add some random attacks to your draw pile. And, I mean, that's interesting. We always end up with cards that draw an attack card, right? So a thing about this character is that her attack deck is going to be really weird and random a lot of the time. Like, you're going to see different cards every battle. I kind of like the Outbreak of Violence, though. Like, get you some really juicy cards. And it's a shield. Like, it's a card where when you play it, all you get from it immediately is shield. But it also takes itself out of the deck immediately, so that doesn't seem so bad. Upgrade 2 of 6 is interesting. I love Anticorums and everything, but upgrade 2 of 6 seems so good. Yeah, I really like the upgrade on Blazing Shift. Would probably don't want to make it cost extra. Although there's certainly things that reward you for playing 2 cost cards. This is a decision that's a lot harder to make before you have any Anticorums. Let's keep it at 1, but we'll just bump the effectiveness by 50%. I love Blazing Shift. And then this is a lot of damage. I like this. We had that last time, and I think it was right. Drop a little Cursed Vigor. So gaining Anticorums is great, but the bot cards that we saw last time are pretty good. Draw Rising Activity. Unfortunately, I don't get to know what Rising Activity is, but like this is exactly the kind of card I was talking about, where like this is 20 points of health for the combat, and 5 of them are potentially health that will stick with you for later. This is way better than a 7-point guard, right? Yeah, we'll take Healing Gel. Like I need to cultivate some amount of defensive utility, but we still got to get rid of these initial defense cards because they are very bad. They're very, very weak. This doesn't really seem... Yeah, I'll take a normal fight. Okay, this is not even going to be difficult. I mean, I don't mean to sound overconfident or anything. Right? Pretty straightforward. Draining Feedback, of course, is very fun. Explosive Spring is very fun. It's just a lot of good damage. Alright, more companionship. More combat bot. Rampage Protocol is still bananas. Choose an attack in your draw pile. And draw it. And it loses a cost. And this is 0 cost itself. But you don't get to draw it anymore that fight. You know, there's a lot of... This seems very good to me as well. Gosh. All 3 of these are really strong. Just generally gaining pulse is pretty cool. I'm going to take initial objective because of the way that it combines with that defensive card we picked earlier. I think those are all really interesting. Show me more cards, yeah. Okay, against 3 targets, it's possible that the correct play was the other one. Okay, y'all are both planning to debuff me. So I guess if I'm going to kill somebody first... I mean, I'm going to kill somebody first, right? That's very much the plan. So, how do I want to run this? I could draining feedback that one and turn around and then Gore Rampage into an onslaught on this one just to max out. Yeah, it's unfortunate this gives 3 temporary fury because that means like if I lead with onslaught, a draining feedback afterward is going to cause 21 damage, so I can't like onslaught you for 8, then run back over here and kill both of them. All right, whatever. This is fine. This plan is fine, and I'm gonna take a little bit of damage. I think it's very acceptable. Alright, we'll get rid of the one that doesn't massively buff his friends when he dies. Take a little bit of virus damage. Temporary Fury next round. That's interesting. Dangerous Opening's really good. Yeah, I really do like Dangerous Opening. Alright, I think we're still interested in removing cards. Obviously, getting our choice of Antiquorums is interesting, but... Okay, gain a permanent fury whenever a foe is destroyed. Max 1. That's fine. Gain an injector, but everybody heals 3 HP each round. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. Discard your hand, redraw +2, and also... Wow, that's a really good injector. Alright, add curses to my discard pile. The first time each round you play an attack near this foe, add a curse to your discard pile. Well... It's a little unfortunate. So obviously we can kill this one. I can't really do too much meaningful damage to the others. But let's open with a kill them all for the armor, of course. And I don't think it matters terribly who receives the onslaught. Alright, doesn't matter what happens to my pulse if I kill the last opponent with the attack. On your turn, erase a random program card in your deck to gain 15. Oh, that's interesting. If we were to pick up a bunch of program cards, that's interesting. Right now, it would be our only one. Well, no, we have Blazing Shift. Versus like Now or Never, which I don't think is very exciting. Or Explosive Spring, which is like fine. Yeah. I do not think our card options there were terribly interesting. Boy, I wish I knew what better reward meant in this circumstance. I'm going to take the top one. It's possible that this is just an easier fight for the same quality of improvement as the other one, but it's actually hard to know. Alright, let us go on a gory rampage. So we're just not going to play... yeah, we're just not going to play Draining Feed here, I think. Now, unfortunately, I can't kill you... Well... I was going to say I can't kill you in one hit, but I guess I could kill you with Draining Feedback. So I could do 11 to this thing and then kill you, or I could spend all of my remaining actions killing you. Let's go ahead and do that. Don't really care about this. I do maybe need to do a slightly better job of covering my head. Can I still kill you if I do this? Probably. So it says draw rising activity and nothing happened. So I guess you actually, it doesn't create a rising activity for you maybe. You actually do have to find one and draw it. That's interesting. So we could definitely afford to take the 5 damage. This would give us an onslaught, or we could just play Explosive Spring, which is like pretty boring. Yeah. You're close to dead. Draw 2 cards, gain 2 pulse, take 5 non-lethal damage. Well, in theory, if we're shielding ourselves more effectively every time we draw Cursed Strength, it's going to be... I mean, this card seems bananas, right? It is the 3 button rarity. All right, I think you know what I'm going to say here. Is this better than just upgrading my cards? Aha, okay, a rising activity. Choose an attack in your draw pile and draw it. And then draw Soothing Vapor. Okay, so these cards refer to each other, and they will chain together in interesting ways if you accumulate them. That's actually really cool. Ooh. Do I want to gain 2 new cards and make my deck larger and more unreliable, or do I want to heal? If it told me a little bit more about the cards, like maybe the rarities to expect, I think it would be a little bit more difficult to make that decision. I think I'll just take the normal fight. This is an elite battle, huh? Okay, so... I'm going to hit myself with the healing gel. Drawing rising activity. We're going to hit rising activity and pull dangerous opening. I think I'm just going to dangerous opening this guy. Okay. And that puts us in a pretty good position to rip Cursed Strength. And that's a kill on any one of these other enemies. Right, we go Onslaught to break the shielding, and then bam, bam. And we just survive your blow with our shielding. There are reinforcements incoming. Okay, and you get 1 per enemy that you killed. I think we basically knew that. You're gonna buff yourself somehow. You're gonna hit me for 12. That sucks. This is so close. It's so close to being enough. Yeah, that's really awkward. So I could Savage Strike this guy and then explosive spring over there, negating some of your damage. I don't hate that. Just totally annihilate that dude with the shockwave. Yeah, and then we're taking less than our shield will cover. Oh, did I miscalculate? I thought it was 8 plus 7, wasn't it? 2 times 4 plus 7? Alright, I think we're gonna want the shielding. If I onslaught here, I am going to take a point of damage, right? We could just Cursed Vigor and pass, because I'm not really going to do it like a meaningful amount of damage here anyway. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Drawing a virus there probably was a good idea, because then we could discard it on a turn where we definitely have the shielding to not take damage from that, and then we don't have to worry about it being in my deck anymore. Yeah, that's probably an error. Okay, yeah, that'll do. First time you're wounded each combat, a random foe takes 25 non-lethal. Each time you draw an injector, gain a pulse. Yo, that's exciting. Optimize my metabolism, please. Alright, I definitely think we're in a position here where we can afford to take the harder fight for the better rewards. No reinforcements on this one, just these dudes. Healing gel into... Like, what would I want to take with Rising Activity? Right now, if I Gory Rampage this guy, then Onslaught him, then Explosive Spring that guy, it kills you. Neither of you two take any damage. Let me Cursed Strength here. Okay, Dangerous Opening is not actually any more interesting. Alright, we're killing one of them. I can just give him Savage Strike plus the Onslaught. That'll do it. I don't think it makes any sense to actually play Rising Activity here. The Onslaught is enough if I... So yeah, so if I Onslaught you and then Explosive Spring that guy, I do get to at least hit him with something else. Although, probably I would just want it to be the Savage Strike. Or I could just Cursed Vigor. Yeah, alright. I'm doing this way mostly because it looks cooler. Oh, interesting. I was expecting his shield to cancel the damage from that, because it is damage from an attack. But I guess since I wasn't attacking him. So then I don't actually need to shield. And I can just punch you in the face. Or actually, y'all are only doing 19 damage in total. Yeah, I can just Dangerous Opening this guy. The extra damage is fine. Okay. It's a fun draw. Love a top deck. Alright, feeling pretty tough. This'll work. Alright, ended up with a couple of points of shielding there. gonna take it real slow here. Didn't even read all the text. The number was high enough and it didn't harm us. So each round, each foe loses a permanent fury. This is kind of nice for conquering some of the gimmicks we've seen so far. First attack against the first foe in each round deals an extra 2 weakness. I like the Frozen Shard and the Peacemaker both. Weakness reduces by 1 whenever the character affected takes damage. I'm going to take the Peacemaker, actually. Will save us little bits of health here and there. Hopefully enough times to be really compelling. Ooh, just raw increase a card's damage by 3. That is definitely interesting. Choose 1 of 3 very high rarity cards is also very compelling. I'm gonna take that one. So, Soothing Vapor. We have a card that draws us Soothing Vapor if we have it. So, Chasing Attack is cool. We don't virus up quite fast enough for something like that to be all that exciting. Increase hand size by 1 each round. There's a 10% chance to add a virus to your draw pile. You know what? We'll take this innocuous symbiote. I'm hoping it should work with the Optimetabolizer, right? And then I think here I do just want to add more cards. Guaranteed to get an attack. I mean, so's this. This gets attacks that exist already. This gets... Yeah, see, you get to choose with this one. That's certainly something. I'm going to take the Charotropin injection because it plays well, I think, with the fact that we already have a copy of the other one. Okay, different first floor boss. Pretty happy to see it, honestly. Welcome to the Horde. So each round, each near foe... Wow. When a foe is destroyed, gain a pulse and a card. Okay. Interesting. So we could Healing Gel right off. I could also just get in there and punch this guy until he dies. And if I do so, I should draw stuff? Let's find out. Okay, cool, yeah. Got myself a draining feedback, which we can use on this one to break his fragile accumulator. And then Healing Gel me. We'll just take a Savage Strike here. I'll just like boost this for later. I don't need to play the Soothing Vapor. Right, we're super good. But I also don't know anything else that's really worth pulsing. Yeah, alright. I have so much shielding. Alright, I don't know if I have to kill this one to stop the reinforcements, but as long as we can, like, trivially take these other guys down, I think it's okay to keep going like we're going. So, let me open with a dangerous opening. And we're going to Explosive Spring back over to the other side, right? So... Why can I not play my Carotropin injection? Because there are not 2 attack cards in my deck, perhaps. That's probably why. So yeah, I tap on you and then I explosive spring back, killing you and taking 16. It's fine, I suppose. This is the boss fight, right? I recover everything when at the end of it. Oh, right, killing him gave me back resources, though. So I can tank some of this, at least. I gotta remember that is a thing. So it's like a very valuable bonus. Okay, we finally drew our Blazing Shift. Damn near killed this one already. Yeah, I want my innocuous symbiote. Give me a kill 'em all. And then let's go ahead and drop a nerd. To pull Cursed Strength. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an okay moment for that. Alright, we have a spreading infection here, which is not great. It's going to put a lot of garbage in my deck. I should really play Outbreak of Violence relatively early, right? All right, let me. What's in my thing? I can erase 2 normal Savage Strikes right now. All right, I'm going to. So that copied in an Occult Siphon and a second Explosive Spring. These are not terrible cards. Yeah, am I going to Gory Rampage this guy? I do think it's worth getting this set up. Like, let's get some cool rare shit. All right, I mean, that's fine. And then I really want to be rid of this dude. Plus, it gains us a virus. Drew Soothing Vapor, which I don't need. So yeah, just punch you really hard. Seems fine to me. Okay, spooky one with the big arm. If I'm gonna kill you, I want to do it pretty much all at once. Fortunately, we do have that big Savage Strike. Yeah, kill them all. So is it like Savage Strike onslaught you? To get a card back? Or to get a draw and a pulse. And then from here we can just Explosive Step. This is going to deal 19 right now, which is like pretty whatever. Yeah, I think I'd rather do this than shield. Well, Explosive Spring's pretty okay as a start here. And then Violent Chain. This puts me in good position to only have one problem left. And also lots of resources. No spill losses. Draw one card, costs 0? Is that draw one card, it costs 0, maybe? I don't know if I want to use my initial objective yet. I think we have a really good opening here with dangerous opening in the gain fury mode, into draining feedback, into just punch you pretty hard. Maybe draw one card that costs 0, so it only, yeah, like it didn't draw anything because we don't have any 0 cost cards left in the deck. Costs 1 less and gains fading. I don't have lethal right now, do I? No. Alright. That's cool. We'll finish him off next turn. So... hard not to go on a gory rampage, right? So I could... the damage of this part of the attack doesn't scale up with our fury, though. We're very close to a Cobalt Surge. I don't actually have a way of gaining Virus right now, though. So the attack deals 6 extra damage. Makes this is 28 damage straight up. And then what am I going to do with 1? I guess the answer is I'm going to Cursed Vigor. Yeah, that's not so bad. Just don't take damage from that guy. Let him sit behind his shield. Okay, and now let's see about murder. So we had our Cobalt Surge. Ooh. Yep, open on Gory Rampage, and then I just need 14 damage. This definitely feels like it's more effective already. Increase hand size by 1 every time you play 4 cards in a turn. Discard a random card. It's not bad. When you play a program, gain 2 temporary fury and 2 again next round. Also not bad. Show me another one. Ooh, gain a temporary fury after using a 0 cost attack. With the... if we lean into onslaught generators, I think that's really interesting. I think I would take this over Cataclysm Genome, so we may as well reveal a new card. I don't think I like Virtuous Patience. Let's take Elemental Concentrator. So lean into things that can generate us onslaughts, and we'll get some good play. Lose an Antiquorum, but be really good in the next combat. That doesn't seem like a good deal at all. Okay, well that thing sucks. So... do like early Outbreak of Violence. And then like Healing Gel. And I think I'm just going Onslaught, Onslaught, Savage Strike, Savage Strike. Not quite getting there. And not quite covering all the damage. Do I want to hit this? Soothing Vapor is not free, right? Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to play it. There's no reason to use Rising Activity right now. Hold on to it for later. Alright. It's very, very understandable. Each foe near the target after the attack suffers 8 damage. Oh, that's cool. So these things do not want me being all up in their business. This, okay, this would knock the other target back. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Do I want to inject right now? We're probably not getting to pulverizing smash. So yeah, I think I'm totally fine taking the injection here. We'll erase smash and like no spill losses. Which I still don't even really get what the title of that's supposed to be doing. Okay, we got some decent cards out of that. Including an explosive spring that sadly I just don't think we have a play for. And then the hardest I can hit you is a deadly landing. But I don't really want to knock you out of my zone. So I guess we'll do this instead. Ow. Oof, we did not draw much in the way of removing shields. 35 damage. Alright, let's I guess draining feedback's not bad here. We can violent chain to break the shield. Okay. And that won't cause the knockback, so I don't get brutal start. I was kind of hoping it would. Let's drain you, and then if I double block, I'm still taking such a shit ton of damage. The game gets so much harder on floor 2, like really a lot. Do I want to just use the Geridium now? I really like having the Geridium in my deck. Having injectors around is just kind of generally good. For us in this situation. I guess I'm gonna guard up and only take 19. Alright, Blazing Shift was a good draw. Soothing Vapor, also good. Let's hit that Cursed Strength. So Deadly Landing followed by like Dangerous Opening is pretty fun. Let's gain ourselves a bunch of shield. And yeah, I think that's where we're at. I don't think we're gonna last long enough for this to be relevant. So I can deal 41, or I can deal. No, I should just do this. Yeah. All right, I will discard Explosive Spring, which is not a very good card anymore. Okay, interesting. There is no more virus left in the deck. We drew all of our viruses at the same time as Violent Chain, which is pretty annoying. Let's start with the chain in any case. Cool, it drew us a card that isn't good. Man, 3 Savage Strikes. That's really harsh. I mean, it's got to be attack, right? We just have to guarantee we can get out of this combat next turn, even though it hurts right now. Choose an attack in your draw pile. Well, I wish I had one. Because it would have been nice to draw the healing card, you know? Gain 6 shielding, draw a virus, deal 6 damage to each foe. Even when you're at the virus threshold, that card's not that good. Deal 7 damage to a random foe, repeat once per virus in your hand. You know, that's kind of interesting. We're definitely doing a better job of gaining viruses now, so cards like this that use them in some way are pretty great. Or we could pick up an occult siphon, which we don't currently have an occult siphon. Right? I keep pulling them off of action cards. But yeah, we don't just have a permanent one, and honestly, it's pretty good. It would be nice to have a permanent one of those around. Might take the heal here. As much as it is good to remove cards, I'm like very nervous about dying on this floor now. Okay. At the beginning of round 3, gain 6 temporary fury. I guess that's fine. Upgrade a card, but plus 10 HP for each foe each round. This feels like, without knowing how many enemies there are, it feels pretty dangerous. Although a lot of the time we just blow enemies out, like we take down each enemy in a turn. You know what? I am going to do it. Do I get to upgrade the card first? I totally do. Rad. Okay. So, what do I want? I could turn Cursed Strength into gain 5 shield. That's pretty cool. We could make Explosive Spring a little bit more exciting. We can make Innocuous Symbiote faster or free. Obviously, like, upgrading Occult Siphon so that it's more likely to work is interesting. Kill them all. Can gain us some other stuff. I think Kill 'Em All is not a terrible option for sure. If the attack destroys its target, gain 8 shields. You can just completely change the meaning of what draining means there. I'm going to take this upgrade. Making this card more likely to work seems really good. Okay, so you're tough, but you're mostly about making the rest of your team work. So we just remove the rest of your team, and that'll solve that problem. So we can Explosive Spring into Onslaught into Occult Siphon, and just kill this one. It'll get us another pulse. It won't get us any shielding. I might just want to take this. I'm just gonna take this. I wanna see the new cards first. So let me play this too. We're gonna scratch the boring Savage Strikes. We're gonna draw a Gory Rampage, which is actually pretty good. Yeah. All right, I can get you for 37. I can get you for 37 easily. Okay, down to only one target, and we still have all of our charge left. And we just hit you for a bunch, right? Explosive Spring to break the shield. Take 2 damage from my virus. That's not so bad. Okay, yeah, and you seem like you're going to be a sort of a soft touch from here. So if I if I do this and he blocks the attack, well, this isn't an attack though. Yeah. Attack here with a capital A, meaning the next attack card. So let's kill them all. Onslaught you to get through that, and then just draining feedback. This would draw me a card as well right now, but it's not really exciting. Yeah, feedback is enough. And this poor guy is like in a lot of trouble. All right. It's kind of a weird draw. Take the soothing vapor here. And also the healing gel. And then we don't have an attack left in our very small draw pile. Well, I guess we're playing Innocuous Symbiote. Okay, Outbreak of Violence. He really doesn't do very much damage. We don't even need to Outbreak Violence. Alright, so we Onslaught you, and then Occult Siphon's nowhere near lethal, but you know what? Let me do Outbreak of Violence instead of Explosive Spring here. Get some distance on you so that I can do something wild at the beginning of the turn. Okay, we're getting there. And then I can just Soothing Vapor to cover everything. Certainly not quite going to kill you. Okay, that's a lot of virus. And this is a card that loves how much virus that is. So each time you play Burning Incubation, you're increasing the damage, and it gives us a 0-cost card for our Antiquorum. Dodge in Motion's not bad either. That could actually end up being enough shielding to make this interesting. Another Feed on Corruption's not bad either, but let's take the Incubation. We have more turns now where we want to spend Pulse playing a like variety of non-aggressive cards, so I think it goes well with that. You know what? Let's take the high ground. I do so love the high ground. It's a solo guy. Yeah. First time each round you play a non-curse near this foe, add a curse to your draw pile. Well, I'm certainly not going to stay at a distance. Charotropin Injection. Just drop a couple of boring Savage Strikes. Okay. So I probably want to play Soothing Vapor. Yeah. Alright, Soothing Vapor just to make sure I'm totally covered on damage. And then let's just slowly gain fury here. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of damage at this point. I find that acceptable. On draw, increase the damage of a random attack card in hand by 2. Well, that would have been a fun thing to draw if I had an attack card in my hand. Let's Rising Activity. Which of these do I actually like? Maybe Violent Chain? Alright, let's Soothing Vapor into Accursed Strength. It's a pretty solid punch. Gives us the ability to perform a Dangerous Opening. And we're, with the Healing Gel, in position to to not take any damage here, or to take very little damage here. Do I do the dangerous opening, or do I actually make myself not take any damage? All right. So I'm looking at this thing, draw a cost 0 card. We could draw our, we could potentially draw our initial objective, which would allow us to go get an attack that we could play for free. But I think we're in a position here. Let's just weather this in a position where the weathering makes sense. Because you know what rules is not taking any damage. Okay, you're not going to deal damage this round, which would seem to make it an okay round to just do a lot of punching. I guess I may as well play that. Corruption, density. All right. Make something cost less and fading. I think that's fine. We're not going to hit this turn anyway. And I can just erase this card for free. This one, you cannot play it. It just sits in your deck and sucks every time you draw it. Okay, the good news is there's no way you survive this turn. Well, you know, each round the cost of this card changes. Each round where this is in your hand, we've got a lot of weakness on us. Let's draw a card. Ooh, I like abrupt aggression. Definitely play the rage. Blazing Shift is fun, and we're gonna not quite get there because of the weakness points. That really sucks. We'll burn that out too. Actually do get hit here because that's a lot of damage. It would have been really cool to kill this thing without having to deal with that. This is definitely good. Yeah, we'll take Burning Alteration. Altercation? You know, it's all the same. Alright, so part of me definitely wants to increase companionship and keep putting together that line of cards that fetch each other. But like I feel like again I'm in a position here where we're gonna make a decision about our level of healing that is going to have some serious effects. But you know what? We're past the hour. I think maybe this is an okay time to just let it hang for a second. That is going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, I feel like I've got a better handle on this character. I feel like I'm playing in a way that definitely promotes longevity a little bit better than the way I was playing before. But at the same time, we again have like 90 health really early on, and I'm wondering if I need to maybe focus on healing. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out when you come back next time, and we'll see you then.